Hey, is this thing on?
Yeah.
Are we on? We're live.
Yeah. We are live.
Okay, welcome everybody to our weekly Minds Roundtable live stream. This is the
Yep. Fourth
fourth
one.
or fifth episode.
I believe it's the
Fourth,
fourth.
I think it's the fourth. Yes, this is the fourth episode in our. We've had three successful sessions already. Last week's session was especially good in that we had a lot of big hitters joining us, and we're hoping to have the same people rejoining us this week, where we might further our discussions on how to make money on mines. Basically, that was the big topic. I know we diverged to different topics last week, but that was the predominant discussion last week with Moose especially, and Chris and Dave contributing with tips on what you can do to maximize your, if you're into mines, to make a buck or two. Then yeah, and this is where we're talking all things mines related. So welcome to the stream. This is Roger Hansen's weekly Minds Roundtable
Amen.
broadcast, and Roger is again incognito, hidden his face from the
Yeah,
rest of
usually
us.
this is your round table.
Yeah, yeah,
My camera
and
won't.
also,
My camera won't work. It's horrible.
yeah, right. Hey, also on the stream right now is Karma Love. Wave hello to everybody.
I
We actually see you face to face this time. Uh,
Yes, sir.
it's nice, great, good.
Thank you.
All right. So, that's where we are. What are we doing this time? What are we doing this week, Roger?
Well,
I have a couple of things on the agenda, but I don't
And I have some
know.
questions about some stuff.
I have some good announcements too. Actually, next uh, or tomorrow, I've been posting about Zach coming on and doing a gaming interview, and me, Karma, and I believe it was Pecos who did the gaming Walt Disney or the amusement parks turning games into
No,
real
it was
life.
Mike. We were with
Was it Mark?
Mike. Hmm.
And it actually turned out to be a good freaking stream, but the only problem was I screwed the recording up. So I was able to get a guy that I know named Zach off of Discord to come on to do kind of like an interview setting for Minds on amusement parks and gaming, and he actually got interested in the topic that we were discussing and did more research. And he said that he was going to come out with a podcast where he's going to talk about the history of Disney and video games. But also tomorrow he's going to be on early at I believe it's 1 o'clock my time, so it'll be about 6 or 7 in his time because he's from Scotland.
Wow.
Okay.
Gonna be neat. Wait, hold on. The Disney fanatic is from Scotland?
Oh no, he's from England. I'm sorry, Rapid Glitch, the other guy I
Oh,
do games with. He's from Scotland.
oh,
So
okay.
I hang out with Canadians and freaking English people and Scottish
Scottish.
and,
Yes.
and people
Awesome.
from Florida and stuff like that.
Why do you wait, hold on, hold on. I guess oh yeah, those people from Florida, like, hold on. Florida is that state. Why would you I don't like how you did that.
Yeah,
You had
but
a big enthusiasm for everyone except Florida. Like Florida was kind of just like, oh yeah, Florida. Is it
but
because it's in America? Judge me not for where I was born.
I I personally think that it's going to be a pretty good result on that because I've got something set up tomorrow with Zach Then I have Rapid Glitch saying he's coming off of vacation for because he's on vacation, and at the end of the week he's going to do an interview with me. He's into retro music or retro games, so he'll be talking about stuff like freaking Super Mario Brothers 64 and stuff like that.
Isn't that what you play? I saw you post that in the chat not too long ago. You play that, don't you?
Yeah, he forces me to do it.
Why does right? I know, with a gun to your head, right?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Like, I never freaking played Pokemon, alright? Ever. Not even the card games, okay? And this dude literally forced me to play Pokemon Yellow from beginning to end. I had to beat the freaking game because he wanted the video for it. Okay.
And now you're hooked.
No, I haven't touched it since I finished his challenge because he does game challenges, and I did his challenge, and I'll be done with it later on, or I'm finished with it basically.
Wait, what kind of challenge? He does the challenge for Pokemon. He does the challenge for Nintendo. Or you can talk about that tomorrow. I apologize. This is definitely the Minds one.
Well, it's just any conversation. I mean, it's up to grabs, but Tan, the mighty Dawn.
Yes.
Yeah, you got me calling him that in my head now. That's what I was about to say. I was like, Tan is here. I felt so like
just call me whatever you want. Just don't call me.
If I call you Dawn, and then I think it's his fault.
Just don't call me Tong.
Yeah.
You gotta look, Roger, cause
He said he had some updates though. What is it that you wanted to share?
Oh no, no updates. I just a couple of things I'd like us to talk about.
Okay.
Monetizing options. Like I was saying last week, I just wanted to continue our discussion last week on monetization with Minds, right?
Yeah.
But also, we need to have more experts like Moose and Chris on here. I don't think Dave can join us. Did he say that he is away today?
Yeah, he's away
doing
today.
Something.
He's gonna be visiting the babies.
Yeah, I don't know if we can put out the word to see. Let's put out the word to see if Moose can join us.
See, like with the monetization though, I mean, the thing of it is like even like with what freaking he was talking about last week about doing the liquidation with the cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
Like later on when you left the stream last week, John came in and like John even agreed with me on the whole thing about that liquidation, liquidity, basically for the cryptocurrency.
Wait. John who? John who joined you?
John 1, I believe it, who he goes by.
John G.
John G.
Yeah. John
Oh,
G.
I see. Okay, John G. Okay.
Like it would be good if like you didn't really have to invest a lot. Like Moose was talking about like doing $500. I'd never invest $500 on liquidity for any kind of platform.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I went in
$500. I think he's just. I don't know. He's running Boost and stuff like that.
He said it was
He was
straight
saying
up for
for the crypto
liquidity.
in order for him to.
Oh, I see. Oh, did he spend $500 to buy on-chain tokens?
Yeah, no liquidity.
Yeah, well, that's what liquidity
basically,
is.
That's what it is. He bought Ethereum so that he could freaking do the deal with it.
Okay.
And when I went in there afterwards to check it out, like I found out like you not only have to have freaking the tokens for the Ethereum, but you got to pay freaking the gas bill for it.
Right, but I thought I
another.
thought that's what he suggested not to do
Well,
to
he
to
said not to do
transfer
that.
the off chain to on chain because that's when you pay the gas bill. But if you buy token right from on chain,
But this is the deal, though.
no, not
No,
token. You
I mean
buying,
the
yeah,
deal about that is it's a $25 minimum. So when you go in to do it, you can't do like $5 or $10. You have to
right,
automatically put at least $25 into it.
sure.
You know.
So invest about $100 and see.
So you're
How do
looking.
you do it?
I don't mess with it. I mean, it's cash only for me. So I
Oh,
and
I
I
see.
have absolutely no problem with it. Like especially with the live stream coming up. I mean, I'm right at $65, and I got my payout like just a little bit over a month ago.
Good,
Where where before I would have had to wait 6 months just to get $100,
good job.
and that's how big of a difference it is. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
um, to be honest, I just the whole crypto thing. I kind of go with Mark on the whole thing about it being a utility and just using it like a utility.
What the Mines token is, but not Ethereum.
Right
Ethereum is the real
now,
cryptocurrency.
the liquidity thing, like I don't know. It just that's the one thing that stuck out to me. You know what I mean? It's just that's really you're talking about using a lot of money to do that. And
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be willing to do that. I don't even use freaking that much money on just regular crypto coins with
Mm.
Coinbase. You know what I mean? Like that's really expensive spending for one platform. You know,
Mm.
and
Well, there's
I just have
there
a
there
question.
there there are two things to take two takeaways from last week that I am interested in trying. Though, number one, like what Moose said with the on chain token. Another thing of just getting $100 in on chain just to see what returns it can give us. All right,
yeah,
that's number one. Just put $100 in the on-chain token, and like you basically do nothing after that. It'll just earn liquidity for us.
I think it'd be good to see what John
Yeah.
says too about it because when he was on here, he brought it up a little bit on there too about it because he gave it a try. He didn't do as much, and I mean, with him it was a different outcome, because it wasn't the bigger amounts of sum, and he said it just basically he got the same, as what, or there was nothing significant about it for
Hmm.
him, and he only did like maybe about 30 or 40 bucks.
Okay.
So
So you didn't see any significant gains for him. So John already tried it. Okay.
yeah, and that's the part that when it comes to liquidity, that really stuck out to me. So
Okay.
How do you get paid like from doing that? Like, so you're buying the tokens because like Moose gave me tokens like the other day, like the last time, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do with them.
no, he gave you off-chain tokens, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if they're off-chain tokens, you do, like Mark said, they're a utility. They're not coins; they're tokens. Okay, they're utility, and what you do is you use those to freaking boost your content and stuff like that. Now, he also
Can I
told
put
me
them on chain?
you can do
You
it.
can, but it costs a lot of
Okay, the transition. Okay,
costs a lot to transition from off chain to on chain. Yeah,
so
that's
I
what
use
they
those
call the
tokens.
gas fee.
I use those tokens when I have good stuff that I would like a lot of people to see. I use that what he gave me then, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you basically use it for boosting to get bigger audience to your channel.
Okay, I'll know because I haven't got the plus yet because I would like to get more traffic. I'm getting traffic now though. Like I don't know, it's more people since the last roundtable. Like one of my posts got like 100 views, which that's cool. And so I guess I'll get ready to, but I didn't know if it's just going to be a matter of how often, how consistent. And I just would like to make sure, like, once I start posting what I have lined up, that as long as it stays consistent, then it's worth it. But if it was just one of those, like, burst of lightning type things and now it'll not be the same, I just was going to just gauge it. Because it's money and I have to spend it and, like, have to eat at the same time. So.
See, I spent a lot of time too on here with the regular mines, and I was beating my head over, or beating myself over the head with a sledgehammer, basically, because the the thing I realized is on here, like, uh, I can get the views, but I'm not getting anything. Those tokens aren't cash. You know, it's just like on YouTube. Whenever I go on YouTube, I post my videos, but I don't expect anything out of it. You know what I mean? It's just something that I want to do so that people that I know on YouTube can watch my videos. But I know I'm not going to get cash from it.
Yeah, so what's the incentive of getting Plus then? Because I thought the whole thing.
Because on Plus is where you get the money.
Yeah, that's why I didn't join it at first because that was my whole perspective. Exactly what you said. Hey, I just kind of got some stuff to say, some stuff to do, and I'm going to post it out there. And you guys were like, oh, you can get some money off of it. But, like, so do you get money for the views, though?
Yeah.
No, for Plus?
Yeah,
Or,
for
yeah,
Plus. That's how I get it. I mean, whenever
just the views,
the
though. It's not like
transactions.
they have to come to the stream. Do you get more if people come to the stream?
But I thought you got from a Plus account, you get your reward based on the interactions, not
Yeah.
from views.
That's a part
Like
of the
people liking your
interactions.
post, sharing your post, things like that.
It's part of the
But
interactions. Every time I put a video on freaking Minds Plus, I get money for it. All I got to do is upload a video and I get money for it.
oh, I see. So
Really?
every time you
Yeah,
make a Plus post, you get some points.
yeah. I can type something out
All
on
right.
the comment section, put it on the Minds Plus, and I make money off of it.
Okay, good, good, good.
I mean, it's
All right, so for a Plus post, you automatically get like
Money.
how
yeah.
much points or how much reward do you get for a Plus post?
Well, they haven't really broken it down like that in the analytics. That's the one thing I think would
That's what
be.
Moose was talking about, you and him, and that's what he was saying. He would like to know what it is. Okay, and that's what. Okay.
I
Now,
would love to know that. That's another thing that he was talking about that I do agree with. Like, freaking, I'd love to find out exactly what it is that I'm getting for it. And then last week we were talking about click rate. You know what I mean? Um, I think I think Minds would do a hell of a lot better if they had both organic reach and click rate because they'd have both of what made Facebook and YouTube really hit off big. You know,
Hmm.
because organic reach is what really helped Facebook out. Because then you know what was viewed organically rather than what was freaking boosted or paid for. And with the click rate from YouTube, you can actually see how many people clicked on your your videos. So if it was from a boost or if it was from just somebody seeing it, whatever, you'd get that number. So you'd have your organic reach
Right.
versus your click rate.
All right.
Then I'd know how many people are actually seeing my videos.
I see.
You know?
Yeah, I see that on the
Yeah. See
on
right here.
the what is it the earnings panel, you do get s- rewards for Plus content.
Yeah.
You also get reward for page view though, but I
That's
think this is only. Do you get any? Do you see any amount on your page view? I think
uh
this page view only is only for pro account.
Now with the page view, it's a lot too. Isn't that the one we went over the last
Yeah,
time
like $1 for 100
for 1,000?
for 1,000. Yeah,
Yeah,
one for every 1,000 RPM,
yeah,
you get
yeah. That's
you get $1 or you get a token. What the?
total earnings for page view.
All right, so that's the pro, right? Because you're not showing anything for your plus, right?
Right. And the thing of it is I mean, does that even change with freaking pro? You know what I mean? Does the situation change there? Because like my analytics really didn't change all that much from regular Minds to Minds Pro. The only thing that really changed was basically I could go into my settings and I could find out what my payouts in my pro plan and all that was, and then in others they had um, not the wallet. What was it? Um, well, content administration. There was something affiliate program. No, payments. Yeah, recurring payments, pay methods. I could find that out, and then they had it in settings where I could actually see the pro tab in there, which I didn't have before.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you the option for the payouts if you want it in USD or Minds tokens. I never got that with regular Minds. And I don't know for sure if I upgraded to Pro if I would get better analytics or it would be the same thing as what it is for Minds Plus.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. So far it sounds like you're doing fine. You got Plus Post earning you some tokens,
You know,
and
it, the thing that John and them had an issue about was the affiliate program. You know,
yeah. I
and
think they need to sort out some bugs in that thing.
and
Uh,
they're also worried about how that's going to affect the monetization thing too. Like, are you going to have to like have people come to Minds in order to make money off of it, or is it still going to be the same? You know what I mean?
yeah.
So that was one thing that they really had an issue with, and like that deal about getting Bashy in here, you know, and having her have a conversation with us. That'd be a good idea too, because then
Yeah, definitely, man. There's a lot of stuff that we talk about that most of the time we're guessing as
yeah,
to what's the how they work. Having somebody from the inside like Bashy to keep us in check in terms of facts. What do they have? What feature? How is it implemented? How is it supposed to work?
well, I
Is
That
your
mean,
stuff would be
monetized?
very valuable.
Do you have a monetized account, Tan?
I have a Plus account.
Yeah.
I'm not focused on monetizing it lately. If I do, if I do, I'd be just doing it for the educational purposes, so that I know how it works, so that like
It makes sense to
I
you.
have some stuff that back up for when I talk about it, so that I'm just not blowing smokes. I have,
Do
I
you?
have some experience to back it up with, but yeah.
So Roger, when you do your like, okay, you said your post. So when you comment on stuff too, does that get you paid as well?
I don't know about the comments and stuff. I do that just
Mhm.
out of natural. That's the way I am.
Comment, I think it counts as part of engagement rewards, right?
Now,
No?
um, It could be, but then you have to think: is it a part of the token system for Mines, or is it a part of the cash system for Mines Plus? Because I know if I post my videos from YouTube onto Mines, just regular Mines, that I get tokens for it. But and I know that if I make comments and I like comments, I get tokens for it. But I don't know for sure if that's applied towards the cash part. That's one thing I don't know.
Yeah.
So there's a
Well,
lot of things, and like the guessing thing, that's pretty much all anybody's ever done on Mines that I can tell. I mean, it's just
exact,
like,
exactly why we need somebody like Bashi.
you know, I mean, I've
It,
that's all I've ever had to to get through all of it. Last week blew me out of the water because we had so much insight. I
Yeah,
mean,
Moose was very informative. He was
Mhm.
informative in regards to what he's experienced anyway, and it
Yep.
seems to be that he's been getting paid a lot more. That's why I tagged him because he was talking about what did you say that you sent him something about affiliates? Like what was that about?
who me?
Yeah, didn't you say you sent
Oh
him?
no. What happened was is I got a $30, no, $60 gift from Bill Altman for resubscribing. So I took $30 and boosted some of one of Moose's contents for 30 days, and then I did Old John for 30 days, and it was a day for 30 days.
Oh, nice. Okay,
And,
okay, okay. So
and
you can do that too. So you can just okay, cool.
well, anybody can do that. I mean, you can do that on regular Minds too.
I
Yeah.
didn't know
Yeah.
anything about that. I just thought I was looking for a platform that was other than the norm, like Instagram, Twitter, and then then I had Station Head stuff like that. I was just looking for and YouTube because I'm not. I was hoping to get away from them. I'm just attempting to transition, and that's kind of how I found mine. Like literally, that was my search in the search bar, and so yeah, I didn't know anything about the monetizing like until you guys started talking about it, and then like I said, when I realized that I didn't know that. Like I just wanted to put my stuff out. I didn't know that just saying something you get something. So
Yeah.
that's and the coins are like 11 cents worth, 11 cents or something. You guys were saying, or is that more? It's seven cents now.
Um,
Where do we see that? Is it on?
it's up
I'm
on
on
your
that one. I don't have.
on your time or your profile when you go
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can do it on there too, I guess.
up on the top right hand side next to your avatar and that little bell. You can
Yeah.
see the
Oh, yeah.
what is
One mines is 6 cents right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it'll take you
Oh, I
over
remember.
to
Do you
transaction.
remember, Roger, where it used to like one mine token equals like $2.50 US dollars
Yeah.
a couple of
That's
years ago?
about last week.
I think they were like um,
Gee, they were reminiscing about that last week.
it was like everybody keeps talking on that. I'm like, dude, the glory days are gone.
Good old time, good old days.
I mean, that big thing that happened where that guy was in the Caribbeans and freaking partying with all of his buddies. You know what I mean? Freaking that kind of shot everything out of the water for a lot of platforms. I mean, they, I doubt if anybody that's involved with Ethereum is going to recover from that. It's going to recover, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be like back in the good old days of cryptocurrency. That's just not going to happen. 'Cause this makes the second time somebody's been busted like that. I
Yeah.
think the first time was up in your neck of the woods, up in Canada, Tan.
Hmm.
I think the first bad crypto scandal came out of Canada.
Oh, which one was that?
Oh God, what was it? It was in 2011 or 2013. One of the cryptocurrency, major cryptocurrency people ended up going bankrupt, and then they had a big investigation and found out that was misuse of funds and shit like that. Basically, like this last one. I and who was it? Thank you. I think it was Mark that told me that we were associated with that that cryptocurrency that happened here recently, BFK or something like that, BKF.
This one you're talking about, right? Quadriga
What
FinTech.
Intech could be. It was
Okay.
cryptocurrency.
They collapsed in 2019.
Yeah, cryptocurrency collapse. And like with Bitcoin, the one thing with Bitcoin I don't understand is how do they stay afloat? Because when I was doing the pricing on that and keeping watch over the prices, like they lose shitloads of cryptocurrency. I mean, thousands and thousands of dollars on a daily basis.
Millions.
Yeah, it just all through the week, and then all of a sudden, some mysterious wizard appears and freaking puts like tons and tons of money into it. Like there's a secret banker somewhere just keeping an eye open. You know what I mean?
Most likely the person overseeing the creation of the blockchains. Huh.
I have no idea how that's happening, but like I sat and I watched it, and they would lose like $5,000 worth of cryptocurrency one day after another for about maybe a week, week and a half, and then all of a sudden, bam! There was money there to take its place.
These people were like marketing to the big kahunas, and that's why they're turning up dead because they're losing all their money. Like I'm not saying it like I condone it, but I'm just saying like basically, hey, invest in this, and I'll show you how it can make you some money. They make them some money for a little while, and then they attempt to jack them, and they're jacking the wrong people. It's like attempting to rob the mob, and like yeah. They're not playing that, so these people are just turning up in boats in the ocean and stuff.
Well, like I had it backwards before I started it. Like uh, I was really mistrusting Ethereum, but I didn't think much of Bitcoin, you know. But I went ahead and I kept watching Bitcoin, and I watched Ethereum. And Ethereum, at least like whenever they're freaking losing money, freaking you're losing money too. You know what I mean? But
But
and when they're gaining money, you're gaining money. But
Ethereum is a little bit more transparent, but like Bitcoin's people that had money in it, they knew what was happening. That's why they knew when to get out. I'm talking about the creators, not necessarily the investors, because a lot of people play on investors not lack of intelligence, but always willing to make a quick dollar, and they look at it like that, so they seem like easy targets usually. And so that's kind of how that went, because Bitcoin like was transparent with its people, and that's something like that's the standard, because even now with they're hoping for the research, but it was like the catalyst. It was kind of just like how far can we go, what can we do, and like marketing to the government like, hey, I can build your one world coin, I can show you how you can control money, and then they present it, and then they have to put the money in to demonstrate exactly how easy it is to give this money and take it away. And then that's why you started seeing all these branches. I feel salty because in 2013, when Bitcoin was like $13, like someone was telling me about it, but they were unable to explain how it worked or how I would get it. They were like, "Oh yeah, you got to get these machines," because like then you had to get like go into the stores and have the actual Bitcoin machines. It was just a lot more hassle, and so they were not able to really elaborate on how I'm supposed to get this here, but they kept telling me, and this is what you use it, and use it on the black market. I mean, you guys probably heard me ask about the black market before, and that's why, because they were explaining to me exactly what Bitcoin was or how it's used, but they weren't able to actually understand how it functions. Like, and so for me, I have to like kind of understand the makeup, but through my studies, through my travels, I've been able to learn a little bit more about crypto. So I kind of like learn different ones to invest in, different ones that are considered. There like Mana is gonna it's a big deal. I mean, like that's Mana decentralization. That's actually the United States coin, and so that's definitely something to take into consideration when investing. Because I do invest in a few little ones that are kind of cheap right now, but have the potential to do other things. Again, they are points of control though, in order to control the money. But the developers know. They know when the coin's gonna tank because they make it tank, or when it's gonna blow because they make it blow.
I see. When it for me, how I was able to get somewhat of an understanding was I actually had to go in and I had to freaking keep track with it. I got me a spreadsheet on Google Drive, and I kept the first date that I actually uh, recorded the prices, and I compared that first date to every date and every uh, crypto amount, okay, as well as the day before.
The
So
daily high of the day and the daily low, the open and
yeah,
the close. Mhm.
and I kept track if it was up or if it was below the original day that I started recording the prices,
Man,
and the day before that. And when I did it, it showed me the not versatility, uh, the
about
volatility,
hmm
okay, within it. And I mean, cryptocurrency first off is really freaking volatile. I mean, it's nothing like the stock market, you know.
yeah, you
Stock,
get a well, yeah, depending on where you're at in the stock market. But
you know.
yeah,
So when you go in there and you invest in cryptocurrency, it's just like gambling. That's all you're doing. You're gambling on it. And I I personally don't invest in any crypto that doesn't have interest. You know, if
so
if I don't get interest off of it, then I won't invest in it. And I mentioned that before. And the reason why I do that is because like these places can crash at a moment's notice. I mean, I watched. Well, I guess it'd be about maybe
but
10 of them, and they just they're they're really volatile. Some of them stick around, some of them don't. And like with cryptocurrency, I, or with Bitcoin, I didn't mess around with any of the smaller Bitcoins. I just invested in Bitcoin, and that was it.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, the little branches off of it. Yeah.
I, I just
Did you
I'm
get on the Dodge? Did you get on the Doge wave?
no that I picked up on that. That was like that's horrible. Even
But
my
no,
net.
I'm disgusted with myself. I got on it when it was less than 1 cent. Like, literally, it was less than 1 cent, right? And I mean, then Elon Musk goes on Saturday Night Live, boosts it up to almost a dollar. He said he's going to get to a dollar. I think it got like 83, 85 cents. I said 85, and so maybe 88. But like he got up. Like but by then I had kind of started taking my money out, so I didn't make nearly as much money as like because when I had it, I had like thousands of them because it was so cheap. And I'm kind of the same way with Shiba, but I feel like that's the distraction point for what, and that's where Dodge came from originally because it had the Shiba Inu, and that's the dog that they use for Dodge. But I
Shiba
feel like
Inu, I did keep an eye on Shiba Inu. The reason why I didn't stick it out with Shiba Inu is because I don't like decimal points. Okay, that shit is annoying as hell. If I've got to keep track of freaking 0.000005.3 or 53 one day, and then the next day 00, you got to do that just stuff on a daily basis, and I'm just
but
too damn lazy for that shit.
you could put $100 in there and kind of let it sit and it not go anywhere or whatever's in your budget, even $20 at this point, because like you can and just let it sit because what it is one of those things. Like I said, developers, they know, and there has to be a shift from Bitcoin. We're kind of disgusted with Bitcoin. That's why everything is a negative connotation in regards to it. So we have to go somewhere else. We kind of, I don't want to say mucked up Dogecoin, but there's three really good ones, like really good ones. And like ADA, I don't think it's going to do it. I think ADA's a distraction. And like they used the little testers. They did the Luna, and Luna, Luna burst from like $12 to like $100 a coin in like a day, and then it dropped tremendously, and they had to like burn them all or whatever that means. But there's no more of that. They developed a different coin. I don't really fool with it because it loses its credibility in regards. But like I said, there's like three different ones. Like you just sit your money there, and you don't really have to trade it every day. Like I'll trade a little bit with the Forex, like, but I don't do Forex as much as I do like the indexes. I'll trade the indexes because they make a little bit more money than like Forex does. And although I have been with the USD and JPY pair quite often, but I've kind of strayed away from it. But just because, again, like I said, the indexes make a little bit more money. But with, like I said, with like the Shiba and the smaller coins, if you get those really, really small coins, you put something in there that you don't even care about, even if it's only $10 or $20, definitely 20 at least, because you'll be a couple million up when it comes up, because it's going to. We have to. It's just, you got to wait a little bit, and you got to be willing to wait a little bit. And yeah, like I said, just throw it in there. You don't have to touch it every day. Don't even look at it.
What do you got there in that spreadsheet there, Roger?
Forget about his coin.
On mine, what I did is towards the end I started checking out coins like Cardano. Cardano draws interest. I thought that these guys would do really well because they were suggested, and I went in and I was really shocked that a lot of them really didn't do as well as what these cryptocurrency places make them out to be. But the one thing about Cardano and Cosmos Atom is they draw interest. Okay.
Yes, Atom. I had some Atom as well. And Polkadot. Have you heard of Polkadot?
Yeah, I did Polkadot, but they do the same thing. It's just too many decimal points. Okay, I can't handle that.
Polkadot, like $6 right now. I haven't checked it for a while because I haven't had it, but Polkadot was up there for a bit.
Well, that could have been in the last year. I can.
Yeah, it's in the last year because that's when I've done it. It's in the last year. Polkadot, Cardano, XLM. How do you feel about them, Stellar?
Now XLM was the one that had the problem with the freaking jackass in freaking Caribbean. He had a mansion, had 200 of his buddies sitting down there partying off of your money. And then freaking United States government steps in and says, hey, ho, you ain't supposed to be doing that shit.
All the more reason you invest, because if they're involved, then they're going to make sure they make some money.
Now, I mean, it's up to you. If you want to keep investing in XLM, go for it.
I haven't.
Because, like, I mean, even freaking dipshit, what's his name, the one that did Facebook,
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg did that shit in college, too. He's Mr. Partier, that kind of goes with the lifestyle. But
he says he went to Epstein's Island too, and he said there's some type of thing with him speaking about how he drinks the blood of children, and he likes. Listen, it's not fake. It's gonna make me pee. I'm holding it right now, oh my goodness, I'm telling you the truth. And he said he particularly likes it, and he was going on and on about how and maybe it is fake, maybe it is. Now that you're laughing about it, makes me think it is. But no. Type of, and it was like a written thing though, and he like basically was saying how he goes there and they enjoy the adrenochrome from scared children, you know what I mean? And it's wild because like he was saying he actually likes it, he enjoys it, and I mean, come on, like he wouldn't drink baby blood. He looks like he drinks baby blood. That's not.
I don't know, but I don't think Zuckerberg could handle that. That kind of fuck him up. He just I don't think he could freaking handle eating peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Just kind of
get that man alone. I think he does do it though. I think he does. I think there's a lot of people that are like with this whole, and no one believes it, but I mean, like the Underground Railroad. That's another thing you should talk about on conspiracy. But the Underground Railroad leading from the White House straight to Buckingham Palace, like there's underground tunnels that take you straight to London.
Yeah,
I'm sure
Really?
the White House.
but
Is it real or?
Yeah, are the tunnels
look,
still?
now
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean whether or not they still use them,
I know that people aren't really popular on this,
straight
but
from the middle from the West Wing.
there is one big deal that is going on now, and you know the USD coin or the USD coin
Hmm.
USDC.
Yeah.
They are really pushing that here lately.
Tether in a place of it, which it parallels with the USD coin. That's what I heard, and I could be incorrect, but the USD coin is the same as the US dollar, and it treads on that, so they really cannot make it go too much further, and that's why Tether is the parallel of it. Allegedly, supposedly, you might know something that I definitely do not know.
But they're really wanting to push the centralization for the USDC. So if you're wanting to make money and everything and get some interest from it, USDC is an interest coin. So that means when you invest in it, you also gain interest off of it. And
That's the USDT.
just USDC.
I got it right here, yo.
And that's what I eventually did. It got so chaotic and everything. I just finally started just taking my money and putting it in USDC, and then later on, if I find something good, then I'll go for it.
What
But
about Solana? How do you feel about it?
Solana was like right towards the end of when I stopped checking all this stuff out. Um, what really kind of kicked me in the nuts was Cardano. I really had high hopes for Cardano, and it just fell through.
It tanked. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Um,
Cardano.
Even at
Cosmos too. I was the same way about Cosmos. I it just they seem to really be going downhill in last August prices. So I
Solana at one point was like $250. Like I would love to catch that wave right back up. I know from now to 2026 there's going to be a huge surge in cryptocurrency. By 2027, like to have an established digital currency that is being utilized, because we'll have another election in 28, and we're going to want to have some more quote unquote order in regards. I really have to pee again. I'll be back.
yeah, that Coca Cola. I like coffee. But yeah, um, that's basically my feel on the whole cryptocurrency thing. I've given it as much effort as I could when it comes to it, and I'm not like going to freaking jump on the whole bandwagon of getting back on that stuff because it was just too much. And a lot of it's really crazy right now. I will be right back. I've got to run to the bathroom too.
All right. I'm just reading up on this affiliates program that Moose was talking about last week.
So what are you invested in now? Is this everything, or this was your old spreadsheet? Yeah, I see 2022.
I'm not big on investment. I don't have any crypto investment right now.
Hmm.
Just just little stocks here and there, mutual
What stocks are
funds.
you in? I have a few stocks. What stocks are you on? Well, you don't have to tell me because everyone does not like to share their portfolio. Like I'm on eToro, and they kind of make your portfolio public by um, default. But so I can understand if you don't want to.
I'm not sure. It's all done. My banker is doing all that management. I'm not.
You let someone else manage your money? That's
Yes,
dangerous.
I
No,
don't.
I mean, if you have enough money, you trust those people. I don't care how much money I have. I'm gonna keep all my money to myself. Like not to myself, but like I'd like to know full on, heads on, because people when they do that, not saying anything wrong against what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying sometimes people like to get into your stuff and then they'll be in your stuff and like in your stuff, and then you don't even really know about your stuff. Just like now, you can't even tell me about your portfolio. Maybe you just rather not, which I can understand. You don't have to. But so for me, I have
Yeah,
AI.
yeah, right. Yeah, yep, you're right. Like I said, I'm not that big on investment. I just put in there stuff in there for a long term. I need to review my portfolio.
Do you do
You're definitely right.
like
Now, see, long term is what he's mentioning there, and that's what I'm getting at when I'm talking about interest. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
um, don't invest in any crypto that doesn't give you interest because that's long term. All right, and
Mm-hmm.
don't. It's like on the computer when I'm making videos. I don't
Right.
data dump. I don't data dump my video, and what data dumping is just taking like 50 freaking computers or videos and just downloading all of them or uploading all of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
It,
oh
so when you do that, that screws you over. And the same concept goes into like buying cryptocurrency or even buying stocks. You don't take all your money and just invest it all at once. You do it at a time period. Like I'll invest so much one month, then the
Mm-hmm.
next month I'll invest a little bit more. And then
Mm-hmm.
and during that time period, you have that volatility going on,
Right.
and as you add that extra bit, that compensates for what you lose off that volatility, and the interest is still growing. So if you do it that way, you actually make more money than if you just dump all your money in there. You know
Well,
what
I
I
was
mean?
more so asking him if he does his own research for his stocks. Because, like me, I have my stocks that I have, and I know not to touch my stock market. Like, it really has to be a we're starving and I have to get my money out type thing. I don't play with my stocks, but like, I will hit or miss with crypto because it's so low often, so I can put that back easily. But like, my stocks are more expensive, so I have to kind of do it when I get my not big money, but a decent amount of money to do it, and I leave it there. But I was just more so asking, do you do your portfolio based off of what your investor guy person tells you, or like do you say,
Yes.
hey, I like LLC? No, absolutely not. Well, I mean, okay, that's fine. I
Right.
apologize. I didn't mean to say absolutely not. I'm just saying for me personally, I would like I do my own research. That's why I was just wondering, and that's
Yeah.
how I pick my stocks.
So what kind of stocks are you buying?
I have uranium. I have AI. I'm really like Google and Amazon. The way it dropped, I feel like they're doing a parent project. I do Alibaba. Oh, let me think. Let me think. I could just open it, but I'm not gonna tell you everything because, like,
Right.
yeah, and like I understand. That's
That
why.
seems like a lot that
Yeah, no, I
you
love
have
to. I
in
love the
your
stock
portfolio.
market, but I never understood it. Now I understand it. Oh man, and I just learned how to trade my margin. Like basically, I can buy the spread. I never knew what that stuff meant, and the guys always say that, and I don't like to sound clueless, so I listen more than I talk if I don't know about it. And so that's why, like when I'm quiet on here, I don't know, so I listen. And so it's mad. I learned how to trade with more money than I actually have. I just learned that this week, like 3 days ago, and it's been a dope week as a result. I,
Really? That's cool. How do you? So
I
do
don't
share.
know.
Do share.
Right? I guess with the margin, I don't really know. It was
Uh,
one of those things that I,
trade more with
with more money
more
than I
than what
have,
you
yes.
have. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, and it creates it to where like I keep the same margin available, so it's like buying and selling at the same time. But I guess I'm hitting it at a point because it doesn't always work. I'm hitting it at a point to where it is actually in consolidation. So because it's in consolidation, no matter what, I'm staying in profit, and then I'm able to. Yeah, it's really lit. I like it. And so planner, that's a really big one. Just if you're not already into planner, I would definitely consider. Yeah, Tesla, but Tesla, I got it. I paid for Tesla, and then Tesla started dropping on me a lot. And like I said,
Mm.
at that point, I wasn't in a position to just like lose a lot of money. And so as a result of losing a lot of money, I pulled out of Tesla. But I do trade Tesla.
Oh,
on
Yeah,
the
that Tesla is interesting because they dropped because of the Twitter purchase, but they're
split, but they're
bound
going to go back up. Tesla's going to
they're
go back
bound
up
to come
in a
back
week.
up. Yeah, maybe.
I know because I trade them on the with leverage trading. I do leverage trading with Tesla, but I don't have a actual share of Tesla right now. But I do the leverage trading. That's how I know it's going to go back up because I actually watched the chart and I've made some money off of Tesla. Not the money I lost back yet, but I
Yeah,
mean,
but see, and like Elon Musk, okay, that's the thing that gets me. Like, okay, this man loses more money than I could ever make in a lifetime. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And he's still able to freaking
No.
run
Right. He's still
SpaceX.
rich.
No, SpaceX. I mean, how's he
Yep.
still sending ships up? Like he does tests. Like every month, he's sending a space shuttle up to freaking see if it'll freaking work. You know what
Right.
I mean? How's he doing this crap? And he's losing money.
maybe he's very efficient, frugal, maybe he's only buying or he's developing. I feel like he develops more than he purchases and he kind of comes from the ground up, which makes it a very cheaper alternative in regards. And I don't know because I have never met this man personally, actually. And so I just feel as though that would be what he was doing, and that would make it a cheaper option and even more, to me, a more reliable one. Just because you know what you have, know what you're dealing with. But I know a lot of people that would not depend on that because then he's completely independent at that point. If I'm not purchasing any of your goods or services, like, and he said this on an interview before, because I've gotten into him really recently, like listening to like who he is or how he thinks and stuff like that from his interviews and stuff like that. And he was saying, he was like, look, you can't offer me money. Like, I don't care about that stuff. Like, I'm doing this because it feels good to me. Like, this is right. And I would like to help. And I mean, like, that's why I feel like he
Well,
would
I
be
think
used
it's more than that though, because like
of course it's more than that, but I'm not going to
with
tell you
that
that.
with that deal with Twitter when he changed the name and everything. Like, do you remember when he was walking into the office with what was it, a toilet? Or
Oh,
Yep.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about
He brought the sink into Twitter
no,
headquarters.
you tell me he freaking didn't know he was gonna lose money just
He
by
didn't care. He did it for a purpose. Like, it's,
just
I'm
making
telling
that statement. Just, I mean, he's walking in with a
but it's
kitchen
like
sink.
mine
He brought the kitchen sink. He brought everything.
has the money,
But uh,
has the traffic. And so he's going to, I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know that man.
he's. You think he's worried about losing money? It's probably.
Thinks about
it's
worried about this.
he's probably thinking it's a temporary thing that'll correct over time.
Yeah, he'll probably be able to. Yeah, because it's kind of like he's attempting to do what these people already here at Minds have started, like the freedom of speech.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think. And
yeah.
I feel like because they already have the traffic that Minds is missing, it makes sense. But at the same time, there's so many people against it. But I feel like if they could kind of integrate so that they can see what Minds is doing, so if they could present Minds is doing, I don't. I mean, like that's something that is a different conversation at a different time. But I'm just saying, like with Twitter, it already has the traffic that Minds is attempting to accumulate. And if I could get you on this type of wave span, then it's going to make it to where more information is being able to be dispersed. But right now, you have so many people so many people bugging about what he's doing because they're so afraid of change. It has nothing to do with him actually doing something wrong. It's literally like, well, we've always done it like this. Those old people that sit on the porch and complain about the kids actually growing up. It's literally who they are. And then we've done it for this long, blah, blah, blah. Why does he have to do it like this? But it makes sense what he's attempting to do in regards, but he gets a little cocky in his ways. So I get why people get annoyed because like, yo, bro, I would like to support you, but don't make me feel like I should not support you. Like, make me feel like supporting you always. And I get it. Who cares? Well, you should care because then that's the whole point. Why have freedom of speech just to listen to yourself talk? Like, it should be freedom of speech because you want to hear everyone talk. So you like people to care about what you're doing to the extent, but at the same time, your means, you have to make sure, like, you do it. Like,
Well,
you...
see, with Elon Musk, you got to understand this whole freedom of speech thing with him. Okay, the reason why he even jumped on that boat was because he got pissed. All right, that's where
Yep.
it all started. I mean,
Yep.
Who
like,
was he mad
he was mad at Twitter. Twitter was
Yep.
freaking like
at? Oh, censoring him. Yeah,
censoring
but that's...
him. He said, you know what, screw you. I'm gonna buy the freaking company.
Yep.
He bought the company and he fired every single person that was censoring him.
Yep.
I think it's kind of cool though. Like, and it's like a real big flex. Like, yeah, you don't like what I say? Watch this. You're gonna have to listen to me. As a matter of fact, I don't even want you to listen to me. Get out. And like, that's kind of a dope flex. But then I know he's probably like, dang, what did I get myself into? Because it's probably a lot to fix. Like, I can imagine
They
just
argue
where it's
with
coming
him
from.
constantly. Like
That's
Twitter
a lot to
argued with
fix.
him over and over again, and he just said the hell with you and started firing people. Um, but
I
the
know. I saw the guy trying to sue him or something like that. Like they want to sue him, one of the guys that he fired or whatever. But I know he has just cause, and I'm sure he could figure it out if he has yet to. In regards to, especially if there was unethical practices that were happening in regards to
oh,
the
there
company and
still
the
is.
direction that it was projected exactly. And so, and the projection of the way I'd like the company's directions ahead, I just did not feel as though they would be a proper fit. They were giving options to be able to turn around and change, but they were not. Oh, well, they were given an option. You just had to leave. Oh, well, in that case, they might just have to not align with the company's values, and that's okay.
Every every message I get from Twitter or X now goes straight to my trash on email because I know that it's usually coming from some hot milf that wants me to see her titties.
Serious
Dead
on
serious
Twitter.
on Twitter.
See,
Really?
like, and yet that's no lie though, because for a long time there was like weird, like porn almost all the time. But I voiced my opinion about that, and it changed. So my stuff is kind of good now. They changed those algorithms, but it was worse when Aubrey ran it. I mean, when it was the other way around, because like it was just a different type of situation.
You just accidentally click on freaking a link one time, dude. That's all I gotta say. I did it one freaking time, and
Maybe because half the girls
I got all
already
these hot freaking vixen milfs that want to get to know me. You know what I mean?
on
You
Twitter.
on Twitter.
Why don't I get the big mandingo dads that want to get to know me? Like,
because
what do you mean? How do I get to your Twitter, but on the opposite? What?
I'm
How
sure they
smart
got
are
them
these?
somewhere. I'm sure they got them somewhere.
No, it's. But I guess mine's. I guess I choose what I
And
follow.
it's really gender friendly there when it comes to like that. Like you're not gonna find too many people that are men on freaking Twitter saying, "Hey, baby, come check me
You
out." You know what I mean? Because
crazy?
men are the horn dogs. We're the ones that freaking really want to see that stuff. The majority of women don't get into that. They want to talk about French kissing and shit.
No, guys
They
will be
want you to
having
read them
no clothes
poetry
on.
and
Look, I'm working out. Don't you like my hot body? I don't see any of that. I know that it exists because it's on Instagram. So you're not going to tell me that they're not on Twitter too. And they be
oh
working
god.
out and eating fruit in slow motion and putting whipped cream in the middle of their peaches and stuff like that. I've seen this stuff. I know it exists. I know it exists. So if you get the hot
Guys in
milk,
gym, guys at the gym, you know, all that sweat just coming off.
yeah, just sweat like, oh, I'm so hot. And the sweat's just like,
Oh my god. See, that's the
I
insanity of a woman's world right there, man. Yeah.
I'd only watch for a little while, then I get bored. Trust me. You throw on some good cartoons. Mine's is like full of cats and rap songs. Not rap songs, just music. But
But it's
yeah,
like
cats and music.
and you know how you guys were talking about Twitter and like doing all these things like there was something that all reminds me of that YouTube did and it never got any recognition like when they actually started doing their freaking YouTube Prime I think it's called or uh, the the upgrade where you can actually watch television.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Now they were actually the ones that had the freaking the people, you know, the viewers and stuff. And I remember when they came out with local television for YouTube, and all the other ones like Hulu and everything were saying, we're going to have it soon, we're going to have it soon, we're going to have it soon. And YouTube was able to pull up freaking local television for every part of the United States, I think, within 3 months. And it was because of the amount of people that were on their network, on their
yeah. Already,
platform.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It was that easy for them. But when it comes to Twitter, I mean, I think freaking Twitter could actually do more if they really wanted to. You know what I mean? I don't think it necessarily
They
has. I don't think it necessarily has anything to do with like a good, social purpose or anything like that. A lot of it, I think, came out of Elon Musk getting pissed off and saying he had enough of it because he
but if
sat
he's
there.
able to,
He sat there and put up with the whole thing with Donald Trump getting harassed. When they kicked Roseanne off of freaking Twitter, he put up with that. If he had such a problem with all that stuff, then why didn't he say anything
because it
then?
didn't matter until it was him, which I mean, like, and then it probably, like, not even necessarily that it didn't matter, it led up to it. It's like, okay, now this is, oh, and me too. Well, hold on, well, you forgot who I was. I got the money to buy you, and you want this money. Because at first he was like, man, I don't even want to do this, because he backed out at one point. And the reason why he didn't, because he knows that it's a lot of, the whole point, I don't want to say the reason why he didn't. Again, I don't know the reason why he did not. But the whole point of a lot of what they had going on with Twitter was for them to be able to push what they would like to see, what type of content that they would like to see. And I feel like when Elon first got involved, what he would do is kind of the same thing, just on his Richter scale. But then he started saying, okay, now let's tighten up. I got to get this right. So with the transition into X and him attempting to at least be able to, hey, look, this is what I really think he wants to do, what they do with Minds, but just on a bigger scale. And he would like the opportunity to be able to bring real raw news. Right now, he cannot do that. Like they sue him in it, or he's anti-Semitic. He cannot do it. But they had so many bots on it before. He's attempting to get rid of. He cannot use the same system, because then that makes him a hypocrite. And then as a result of him being a hypocrite, no one's going to actually listen. So he has to have authentic interaction with being able to promote and contribute the same type of pull and push that information is going to require in order for people to even get wind of it. Because right now people are so stuck on the fact that he's the face of Twitter, they're not really grasping what they could do with it. Like, oh, so you're saying I can say whatever I want to say? And it's like, yeah, but you kind of have to gauge the respect, how we have the issue here on Minds, so where sometimes we're really, really nice to each other and other times we're really crappy to each other. And it's like, you don't want to get on a point to where you're promoting racism and you're saying this is okay, but allow people to express themselves freely in a community that we can see how you think. How do you feel about this? Not because they suppressed you on the old Twitter. They suppressed you on YouTube. Like, I'm shadow banned on YouTube and I got good stuff, but they suppress you. And that's what that's because, oh, I want this type of content to be pushed. I want you to focus on this, literally the agenda. And so he was upon being used, and he allowed himself to be used, and that was the result. And attempting to undo that is going to require a lot of manpower that I don't feel like people are willing to commit on the aspect that he's hoping to see, because he would like a certain type of result, and if he's not getting that, I mean, he's Elon Musk. He's gonna, hey, screw this, I'm going this way, then I don't have to worry about it. He should be a little bit more lenient in that, and at least be more vocal about what we're expressing and what we're looking for in regards, and then giving people an opportunity to at least adjust. But don't take no shit because, oh, excuse me, but honestly, you cannot, because if you do take some, then you're letting people get that opportunity to say, okay, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. And honestly, shout outs to him. I would have brought all my own people in, and I know that sounds bad. It sounds really bad, and I'm not saying fire everyone, but my people would be headed, people that I know I can trust, people I know I can depend on, would be their bosses. Not necessarily their boss, but you be paying attention. And you're going to show me what you've been doing here, and I want to see. I'd like to see exactly what you've been doing. And if you're unwilling to comply, that's fine. We can move around in the company to where you have a lesser position, or you have the opportunity to walk away. And I'm giving you, and I'll give you 2 weeks. So within 2 weeks, you know not to show back up here. I'm not firing you. You are voluntarily.
When he wanted to back out, okay, you gotta kind of think back on that, okay? He actually wanted to back out because he realized that there was all these third-party freaking advertisers coming on there. That's the reason why I mentioned, the MILF crap, because that's what it was. They were freaking people that were they're basically freaking bots that are throwing spam onto
You
Twitter.
want to see my pussy? I know.
Yeah,
I've seen.
Twitter is full of freaking all of these bots that were put on there, and he found out that Twitter was allowing it because that's what was keeping him afloat.
Yeah, keeping the money and
Okay,
yeah.
so I mean that was a good part, the fact that he found out that freaking Twitter was doing that. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, though, when he found that out, the first things pop in his head is, "Oh shit," because
Yeah.
now he's stuck with it. You know what I mean?
He,
What's he
he
gonna
almost
do?
wanted to back out of the deal
Yeah,
because of that, didn't he?
yeah. I mean, and it was like, fucking, all of a sudden, I find out all the bad news, and I'm not too eager to freaking do it. And that's when he was right in the middle of negotiations, and he was dead set ready to leave. But you know what happened? It's those people that were in charge of Twitter said, "Hey, hold on, dude.
They need that money. Hey, we going broke over here.
You just signed a contract. You're in. There
Ah,
ain't no
you
way
remember
you're
that
backing
$44 billion they talk about? What you was talking about though? What you was
I mean,
talking about? I need that.
when they put a
Yeah.
fire underneath his ass and said, "Look, buddy, we're gonna sue you because of freaking,
Yeah, that's right.
not
We're
wanting to
threatened to
freaking
sue.
finish up this contract." That's when he decided, okay, I can go ahead and take you.
And then he's like, oh, was it 44 bill? Fine, whatever.
Whatever.
But I mean, at the same time, now he's like, man, this shit is some bullshit. You guys gonna have to tighten up a lot, and then that makes it more work. And he has so much stuff already going.
He's like an overage fucking playboy, dude. You know what I mean? He's
You think
running
he's
around.
him?
He's running around putting Botox on his face and shit, and fucking hanging out with all
That's
the young
because
ladies.
society makes you feel like you have to look a certain way in order to be accepted as like the. I really feel like
Dude, he went and bought freaking the Tesla company. All right, come on. All right.
wait, hold
For
on. He
any-
bought
for-
Tesla. I thought.
Yes,
Hold on.
he bought Tesla. Tesla is freaking the old car off of freaking Back to the Future. That's like every freaking geek's freaking fantasy is to own that freaking company.
I
And
thought
it
there
was a
was two
failure.
people.
It was
And
a
then-
failed company. Alright. Just out of the blue, he's like, I'm gonna go freaking get me a Tesla. That's like.
So you think he's just a spoiled rich brat that buys up the stuff that he wants?
Right. Now, he is an intelligent man. When it comes to SpaceX and everything, he does the research on that shit. He's a scientist, all right? But don't get it
Yeah.
mistaken, he's still an overgrown brat.
I don't think he is. I mean, I mean,
He was
I could-
born and raised into money, dude. He's not the one who earned
Yeah.
all that money.
yeah.
I mean,
Did you look into their monetization program that they introduced since Elon took over?
The
I've
Twitter.
been here.
They look a lot like Minds.
That's why I said I feel like he's
They
attempting
look
to
like
do what they're
Mind
doing here on
subscriptions.
Vine.
Well, that's because they're freaking
bigger
actually
step.
starting to listen to Bill Ottman. You know what I mean? They're like, come on, dude. Seriously, you guys are going to listen to that dude?
Roger is just
Like, Bill is a freaking crazy man, dude. He is
I saw him-
literally a
You should-
crazy man.
You should get him on your live stream. You should get
He-
Bill Ottman on your live stream, Roger, or sometime.
He already knows.
he'll come if you say naughty words in general. He
No, I
came
can't
down
do
one
that
time.
anymore. He made me a moderator, so I got to be a good guy, and I can't say, he played well. It was
Yeah.
like all that stuff. He made me a moderator, and he said, yeah, now I got you, buddy. Now you got to behave. You can't be saying all that mean stuff.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
So-
that's his theme.
That's your leash.
It'd be
I
cool
can
if you
change.
can get him to interview with you on your show.
I think he should be interviewed by you. You'd be the
What?
one that would
No,
be.
man.
You'd be the
What do you-
more.
Well, you don't know what you could ask him if you were to
Well, I
interview
think
him?
you would be the more responsible person who would be able to ask those sensible
Responsible.
questions and stuff. Like I'd pick on him because I know how Minds came together. You know what I mean? I know how he formed Minds. Minds was nothing more than him and his buddies in college. Okay,
Mhm.
they came together, and
Yeah.
and they freaking created this thing. Then they
But
all
it's-
got.
Sounds a
then
lot like a lot of startup stories. You
well,
know,
I mean, the thing
that's
of it
how
was is
that's how Google got started in
they did
McCann
this
in
when they were in
University.
college smoking dope. You know, I
Ha,
mean,
ha, ha. What are you
yeah, dude,
doing?
come on, they were in
That's,
college, freaking hanging out, and all of a sudden they're
you
like,
don't know these
dude,
facts. You
we
need to do
need to
that.
like, make a freaking website and shit.
Wait,
At least they
didn't
learn how
didn't
to.
Bill started the mines out of his basements?
Wow.
He was in college.
Hmm.
He they even have a freaking article on LinkedIn talking about it. If you ever go up there, I don't know if it's still there. It's been years since I've read it, but
Hmm.
um, they talk about how they originally started the website. It was him and two other friends that were in college, and they uh, they just came up with the idea, and that's how they ended up getting it started. So it's it's I think I forgot which college he went to. I think it was like Cambridge or something like that.
Oh, that's smart boy.
You see, Mark Harding, the CTO, he posted the video of the HQ.
Yeah.
Is that the one when they first started?
Yep, this is
Uh,
the head office. This is the
wow.
HQ when
I
mines
mean,
got
then they're
started.
gonna go big. That's just like, you know what I mean. Not that I'm a big fan or anything, but like, Bill Gates
See,
and
like right there, he's got a widescreen TV and shit.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's where he's partying, and he's sitting on that freaking couch. He's drinking beer with his buddies, and they're
Is
freaking
it
jumping off the
Bill's
balcony into the
basement or is
swimming
Mark's
pool.
basement? I don't know. I think it's Bill's house.
It looks like a basement. Whenever you guys were talking to me about like servers and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that, I
That's cool.
I didn't realize that that was what was going on. He's like running the whole network out of his basement and shit.
Yep, yep.
So I think that's pretty interesting.
That's cool.
I but like don't be fooled by Bill. Bill's fucking crazy. He, he's he's nuts. I
Yeah.
actually watched
but
him
he's a
on the
kind nut. You gotta be look at this
Kind,
guy.
kind nut. He's a kind nut.
He's a kind nut.
but
Yeah.
I
Oh,
I I ain't got much bad stuff to say about him. But I
yeah.
do know that he's crazy as dog shit. I mean,
What?
that's
I don't have anything bad to say about him, but he's
no,
definitely
he's not as bad as what I said about Joe Rogan and freaking what's his face he's the guy that believed in Planet X gliding into freaking Earth and shit. But they they all have their own like crazy little world, and like they invited Bill in for an interview and stuff, and he started talking about copyrights and how he felt about them. And he has this like weird philosophy that freaking nothing is original content. It was thought of by somebody else before you, and it's the only time I agreed with Joe Rogan on anything where he looked at him. He's like, but what about freaking when people take time and effort for freaking weeks and months at a time creating what they feel is their content and doing the actual work at editing and stuff like that? Don't you think they should have copyrights,
Mm,
for
yeah.
protecting them? And
Yeah.
I agree with him on that. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if it was an idea that was thought of 100 years ago or 50 years ago. What about the time and effort it takes to freaking edit that shit
producer.
and produce it? Yeah. I
And
mean,
then
Yeah.
too, that's probably where the Minds Plus comes in because you would have to pay to steal in that regards, and in which case you're getting paid, which would make sense why it'd be better to subscribe because if you're not on Minds Plus, you're not going to have access. That makes sense too.
now see, that's another reason why I don't think that download thing's ever going to be resolved, because I don't think freaking that they really want the content to be downloaded after it's been put on mines. Because this
But
stuff This
You're
stuff's
talking about the
actually
video or the live streams?
live streams and the videos
Yeah.
both,
Yeah.
because once it's encoded into mines,
Hmm.
it becomes a part of freaking the cryptocurrency. You know? And like they're actually taking each frame and they're freaking encrypting it and turning it into freaking NTFs each frame. Like
Really?
every video has a freaking frame, and each frame is being encoded. That's why the videos look better on mine than what they do on my video player. Is because they're actually going in there and they're freaking encrypting it and doing their process. So they, I don't think we'll ever see the videos being. Able
Wait,
to be
you think the
downloaded.
video on mine is better quality than your original copy? I
Yeah.
think it's worst.
You should
It's
see. I mean, I've had some shitty freaking videos, man, that I put on here, and then I look at it when it's on mines, and it's like, wow, they actually
oh,
they made it look better. I
that's a
mean,
good point. I mean, for videos, or for older videos
yeah,
that have older formats, maybe they make it better
I've
when
had
uh,
I've had
when
some
they
that I've had to
transcode
make in like 12 frames per second, and I put it on
yeah,
mines,
yeah.
and I looked at it after they were done with it, and I'm like, that's not freaking 12 frames per second. You know, they did a really good job of it.
Hmm.
So I, I just don't see.
So, did you notice the we were talking about on the chat yesterday? You notice that they have taken live streaming off of regular account. I don't know, Karma. Maybe you can verify for us.
Okay.
Are you able to? You have the video icon on your new post,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
like this one right here that I'm talking about.
Because see, I'm on my phone on that one. I have to pull it up on the computer. Because if not, it's
So they've taken away live streaming capability from non-plus accounts, I believe.
yeah, it tells me I have to upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, the button is there for you to click. I mean, this last button right here.
It says live stream created successfully.
Oh,
That's what
Oh,
it says. Compose my channel, and so speak your mind, and then I have the smiley face, the picture. Yeah, no, it says.
oh, okay. So
Look,
it's
look,
still
look, look. Is it this one? Hold on, I'm gonna show you.
showing.
Look,
yeah. There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
hey,
It gives you the key. It gives you a key, something like that that you can plug into.
yeah, and then it says create blog or whatever.
All
Stream.
right. So it looks like it's still there. Maybe.
Yeah,
So
so no links in
I'm
it. I
wrong.
haven't used it yet.
Now, I also mentioned it before, like and Mark or you, one of the two, said that it's changed, but I do know that there are differences in like PCs and freaking laptops too.
Wait a minute. In my, I have another Minds account that is not Minds Plus, and I don't get that video. I
Guys,
don't see that video icon
you were
on.
gonna do something like that. That's why I should have kept my mouth shut. Maybe it's because you're not on the computer. Are you on the computer?
I am. I am.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
on
on
the
a computer.
computer.
He's on both actually.
Don't take mines. Do not take mines because you don't have one.
But yeah, I don't see it either. He's showing it right there.
You have Mines Plus, Roger. Please
Yeah,
cut
I mean,
it out.
I've got one, but I can see his screen share. He's,
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see.
I do see. I do have it here on my
Yeah.
normal
Yeah,
account.
now click on that.
Oh, your normal account.
Yeah, no.
But he said that's his
Yeah.
normal
Okay, yeah.
account.
See, now that's on his pro. Or his,
No, plus. This is my plus.
That's his-
Are you able to see this stream
Yeah.
created successfully on your account,
Are
Karma?
you able to see
Yeah.
that?
It says live stream created successfully.
Yeah, okay.
Use the below details to broadcast the video.
Looks
Yeah.
like look like you can, but it seems like a
It's just for me.
few selected account. I have another account that is not Plush. Uh,
No,
but I don't see the video count.
Watch
Yeah,
it
I don't see the
tomorrow.
video icon.
No.
it's a good.
Mr. Ottoman, please
Oh,
keep it.
oh, what the
Wait, is
hell?
that the
I
new?
just refreshed and now I see it. It's messed up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. I
You
just
had me
refreshed.
worried. I thought you were gonna get mine taken. Like, oh, don't worry, we're knocking them out one by one. Who else has it? Oh, okay, so she has the last.
Oh,
Damn
that's
you,
weird.
Bill Allman.
I could have sworn that video button wasn't there. I just reloaded the page and it's there.
That's probably because
You made me feel
Bill's
special for
Playing
a
watching
mind
moment.
right
tricks
now.
I
on
was
me.
like,
No,
oh,
no,
it's
Bill's
just
watching, and he's like, I'm gonna get this dude. Watch this shit.
Yeah. Maybe
He
Bill's
switched it
snooping on
around.
our live stream audio.
Yeah, he's like, oh, why are you
Gotta
snitching?
fix this
Right?
guy.
Let me fix it right now.
Yeah.
See, so he does listen. Tell him, hey, Mr. Ottoman, if you're out there, it'd be nice for you to come and answer a few questions if you don't mind.
Not if you call him Mr. Ottoman.
He
Not
might not
going.
like that one.
Ottman. Bill Ottman.
Bill Ottoman. The Ottoman. He's the
Bill
Ottoman.
Ottman. Pay
I
me
am
now
the
and then
ultimate.
see me later.
I know, right?
He's like, you don't know nothing. That's messed up.
Right, back to mine stuff for a bit. What do you think they can improve in the live streaming in terms of helping you make more money?
Um,
Apparently, they cost them a lot to support the live streaming.
yeah, I know. From what I've seen on the prices, it's been pretty high. But like with improvement, I kind of stick behind what Robot said when it comes to like when you stop a stream and you use the same
Same
code,
key. Yeah.
same stream key, if it freaking wipes it out. I think that's actually a good thing. I agree with
Yes.
him on that. Like
Yeah, yeah.
because like I'm doing my 24/7 now, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't want that stuff to process and stay on the channel. I mean,
Mm.
when I do freaking start it or stop it to put something else on it or to just to give it a break,
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to just start it back over and all the old stuff get wiped away, you know?
Right.
It'd be my choice to freaking start another
Yeah, I was
link.
wondering about that. So you have on another post, you have a 24/7 live stream going on. Roger Henson.
Right.
Oh, so it's always on. You're always.
I've
It's
got
never
like
finishing. You gotta crash.
This was me and Tan's idea
You gotta crash the server.
originally. Alright.
Really?
Yeah, this
So if I
was,
go to your
this
page
was
right
me
now-
and Tan's original idea, and let me pull it up. I'll show you what it looks like because it looks
That's
cool.
so crazy. I didn't know you.
Yeah.
I thought it was called 24/7 because like you do it on like YouTube. I didn't know you're on Mine's 24/7. So if I go, but I have to be Mine's Plus.
So this is on a new post you made on yesterday.
No,
Roger?
yesterday, yeah. It was. I started it yesterday, and it's been running for 2 days now.
Oh, shit.
So wait, is this?
Imagine what's gonna happen when you
Right now?
stop. It's gonna try to record. It's gonna try to store all of that 48 hours of streaming you have onto
Yeah.
its server.
But see, the good thing about it is once I turn around and I freaking hit stream again, all that information is going to be wiped. You see?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah,
And,
yeah.
That's what I agree with.
Oh, it is.
That's what I agree with when it comes to what Robot was talking about, because I think that would actually be a good thing.
Mm.
Now, if I wanted to make another stream where I wanted it to be recording, I can do like this on this computer with like what we're doing now. This is going to stay on there as a
Right.
stream,
Right.
and it'll be permanent. And plus, I've got it recording as well for backup. But like that 24/7 thing, man, that's just our old videos that are planned where if somebody wants to watch them again, they can. You know,
Right. Okay. Okay.
But how do you post that and let it keep running continuously without it getting deleted?
you just hit play.
So is it so people so they can watch that stream or this stream if they go to your page right now?
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. He has two streams going on right now. The 24/7 live. Wait a minute.
Like you're
You have a
becoming a
20
movie star right now, Karma.
So like every time, so when I was hold on, can they see me all the time? So when I was dancing earlier, those people can see me.
No.
Oh,
Well, I
Oh.
guess if can we
I,
rewind?
I wasn't dancing. I
Oh,
was
did you do it on the live stream or just on the Jitsi?
Just
on
at the
Jitsi.
beginning. It was the Jitsi, and when I came on, she had it muted, so the music wasn't playing, and I hit
Oh, yeah,
Alright.
there's some
stream.
music for you guys.
I hit
I'm
stream.
gonna review the live stream after this and see Karma dancing.
She was. I told her that's the
wasn't
perfect
dancing,
freaking
dancing.
introduction, man. I mean, we have a woman sitting there dancing for
Mm-hmm.
freaking the Minds Weekend
You could take-
2 hours for
Roundtable.
3 hours.
People can pay good money for that.
Oh,
That's good
hell
money
no.
there.
I
Put
only
that
got
on your
10
plus.
tokens.
You make.
I got 10 tokens.
But then you have to give Karma a cut.
Yeah, I get
But yeah, it's
Interesting.
it's actually pretty cool, you know, that we're doing this. This is what I was, or actually, I believe we were the ones talking about it all together. You know, just doing something like this, and then I can add something to it, or add more episodes to it, and make it freaking longer.
Why am I frozen like that? Go back up. Let me see my picture.
that's
you gotta
because-
use a different thumbnail.
Because
You stopped the replay, did you?
Well,
Oh, no.
do something about that. Look at me.
Wait.
What are you doing? That cannot be
Oh
it.
yeah, the stream is
You have to pick a different thumbnail.
let me.
stream
There
is
you go.
false.
That's bad.
There
Right,
it is.
did you-
It's straight. It's
What
straight
happened?
now.
What happened there, man?
My OBS stopped. It froze.
Ah,
So
okay.
I have to constantly go in and watch the OBS, make sure that it's not freezing up and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, you gotta pick a decent thumbnail. Like,
Well, the audio is what's important. I mean,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's
not if you're advertising. I mean, if you're advertising with a picture, if you're not advertising with the picture, then the audio, yeah. But if you're advertising as a picture, you can't have like a
or
weird.
in this
thumbnail.
format. In this format, I mean, I really don't, or we don't have to freaking have this thing with all of
How
us.
come you can
know?
see so low? Mine isn't that low on my camera, but it's
Well,
really low on you guys.
really shouldn't be playing with your boobies because
Mine, I don't even see mine.
you're like,
on
why
mine.
why are you so low? And then you start
I
rubbing
don't
on your
even see.
boobs.
Look, I don't see them on here.
What the-
It's you people's head. It's like everyone's face. So you're sitting here telling me this whole time. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. I don't see anything. I see right here, like from here, and that's it. Right here. This is where it stops. And like you guys are just like, that's wild.
Yeah, just hit replay on this one and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Like you just out of nowhere, like, why is that so low?
Yeah, because I didn't. I just saw it. And like I said, on here it's different. For me, I can only see here. Everything else is like your room, and then I see 10. It's like us on the bottom, so I don't see anything underneath that.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was saying though before, like the conversation, like, is what I'm really interested in because I've started getting into podcasts and stuff too. So like, we're actually sitting here having a real conversation. You know what I mean?
This is like a podcast, except it's got videos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
would
really
be,
cool. I like it.
instead of a blog, they'd call it a vlog.
A vlog.
Vlog.
Vlog. You sound
That's
like
why I think
Arnold.
that, man, that idea that Dave was talking about, Peckus was talking about, and well, it's Peckus Dave, but yeah, his idea about the whole traveling one, doing it with like on Minds and stuff like that, that would be so lit because it does. But see, you only have video because you have Jitsi though. It would be different. You don't really have
You can
the
do videos straight off of. I don't.
oh
The only reason why I got Jitsi is because I want all of us on here. You know what I
Right.
oh
mean?
I can do it
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
myself. And
Yeah,
if I do
yeah,
So you don't need Jitsi if you're just gonna live stream yourself.
yeah. If you
yeah,
just,
like on Bigo.
you know,
Yeah.
and like the reason why I use Jitsi is because it's open source, and I know that everybody or a lot of people on mines are big about open source. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you don't have to just use Jitsi. You can use whatever program you want to
Discord.
use. The Discord, I finally figured out what the problem was with here is because Discord has echo cancellation, and
Mm-hmm.
I've just been lazy and using Discord. I never realized that freaking like they didn't have echo cancellation on Jitsi, so I had to actually go in and do it.
That's why. That's what the problem was. Huh?
Yeah, well, me too. I was the problem. I'm always a problem when it comes to that shit. But I got it straightened out at least.
Yeah. Well, the
And
more you use it, the more familiar we get.
I straightened out that, and I also been able to adjust the background music too to where we could actually have like some nice soft background music while we're talking in
Mhm.
the video. But I haven't done it in the last two because I wanted to make it different. You know what I mean? Like not every video has the same song, or some of them don't even have the songs.
Right.
So we have a variety of different things, even though it's basically the same format. There's a variety in it. Because if you're listening to the same music and the same shit over and over again, then it kind of gets stale. Like right here, you got the side view, you got the
Yeah.
front view. You know, and that's people like that stuff. It's important to them. You know,
Tomorrow, you gonna do video for your interview? I think you should. It's very personable, but I get it. It's a podcast.
I'm gonna do video. That's all set up because first of all, you guys have to freaking see Zach. Zach is like freaking. He is like the ultimate geek in a good, in a
In
positive
a good
way.
way.
In a
Yeah.
good way. You know what I mean? Like he, when he goes out to play golf, he dresses the part. He's got the whole freaking striped freaking pants and funny looking hat.
Got his hat and his shoes.
Everything, you know.
Oh, that's so cute with his bag. That's cute.
All I gotta say is be nice to him when it comes to Walt Disney because he's like freaking Mr. He's Mr. Wholesome when it comes to that stuff. You know what I mean? Like he honestly.
Don't tell him that they're slave drivers. I got it. I don't want anyone to do
Well,
what
I mean,
happened.
you can
to me.
mention it, but just don't be.
It's a dream ruiner. When I went to Disney, I told my mom, I'm going to grow up and I'm going to move to Disney World and I'm going to work for Mickey. And Mickey is not a nice person to work. So I'm not going to do that to him. I thought that I was landing the job of my dreams, and he's a slave driver. So it's okay.
Well,
No,
see,
no, no, no. I'm gonna keep.
it's not. It's not like that, but like with Pecos, if Pecos isn't gonna show up tomorrow, then I'm not gonna mention the freaking homosexual freaking, you know.
It's just like there's certain points that we don't have to discuss. Hopefully,
Yeah.
Mark does, because that's who we were talking about the theme parks with. So hopefully he does. That'll be nice.
That would be.
Mark hasn't been too active on the chat lately. And
Yeah, he's been chilling.
hope he's okay.
He
He was
he's
sick
been-
last week or something.
He was talking about that. That's what I was remembering. He was
Yeah,
saying
he was the one.
couldn't put his finger on it either. What it was like? Maybe he's got some after effects from the COVID or something. Because like my health isn't at 100% like it was before I got COVID. And I still have like bronchial issues and shit like that.
Did you get the vaccine?
No, I
No,
haven't
you
even.
have to explain. No was enough for me. Promise you don't have to say information. Always say less than necessary. That I was just making sure. Just
But
seeing.
yeah, I didn't take the vaccine. Like
So did you have it? Did you have it bad? Pretty bad. Roger?
the first
With
time, the first time was bad. I ended up getting it the second time at my nephew's dad's house because he had passed away recently, but before that I was with him in January of last year, and he was a cancer patient, and he needed somebody to help him go back and forth to the hospitals, and he ended up freaking giving me COVID, so I had to leave. Um, and that one, it was kind of like mild. It, so I know that one wasn't like the first time.
What year? What time frame was it when you had the first one and then you had the second one?
The first one happened like in well, last year was the second time. It was in January of 2023. So the first time was maybe around May or June of 2022.
Okay, so the first one was 22, and then the second one was this year.
Yeah. Wait,
23,
no,
January 23.
no, January of last year. So that would have
So,
been 2022, wouldn't it?
and then you had 21 the year
Yeah,
before.
21. Yeah, in April or May,
So you had both strands.
May or
And
June actually.
when you feel the symptoms pop up, it's really just
Well, I mean, like, I'm not gonna say there are symptoms now. I'm just saying that like I still have
haven't been the
bronchial
same
problems.
because there's more strands being released, and once you become a receptor and you've been able to repel. So your father-in-law, you said was
No,
he?
it was my nephew's dad. He never married my sister, so I can't call him like a brother-in-law. But that's
Uh,
what he'd be the equivalent of.
okay. So okay. So did he die of cancer or did he die with COVID?
It was cancer.
And what kind of cancer was it?
Uh, it was. I know it was single cell.
Yeah, COVID. What? Sickle cell?
Single.
Oh, single cell cancer. Okay. I thought,
That's the bad stuff.
yeah. Um, yeah. No, okie dokie. I was just asking. But you'll get every strand just to see how much you can take. If you get really sick, you should, if at any time you get really sick, even just because it helps, you should boil an onion. And with your onion water, you will pour after it's boiled and it's boiled for a while. You will pour tea and honey in your water. Excuse tea and honey. Excuse me, lemon and honey in your water, and then you pour that. That's your tea. So it's onion tea is what we call it. And then you sit the onion next to your bed. And you sit the onion next to your bed while you sleep. You drink the tea down, obviously. So, and might have to hold your nose. That's how I drink my alcohol when it's really bad. You hold your nose and you don't taste anything. So and you drink it back. And then you put the onion, like I said, by your bed for added flavor, onion in your socks. And in about a day or two, you're good. And definitely a lot of vitamin C. Oranges, pineapple, for your vitamin C in regards. But definitely the onion tea helps a lot.
I know. Robot was talking about using zinc too.
Hmm.
I mean, with the COVID stuff, being honest, all I did was use ibuprofen and Sudafed. And that was it. Just
Yeah, it was like you had a really bad cold, really bad
yeah,
cold.
as
Because you
long
had
as you
it
as long
before
as you
then.
keep your freaking hands away from your nose and stop freaking wiping the snot all over yourself, you're pretty much set. You're okay. It's just you have these feelings where you feel like you're gonna crawl out of your skin and you're gonna lay down and you're gonna sleep.
Did you get any rashes?
No, none of that. Never got rashes. I literally felt like I was gonna crawl out of my skin. I mean that
really?
yeah, it's like an overwhelming feeling, like freaking you knew like you had it, like
I could hear that I had it, but I didn't. Yeah, I got you.
you know what I mean. And the second time I got it, I knew what it was. It was that distinct. Like when I caught it the second time, I knew I had it. There was no doubt in my mind because I knew the feeling.
You just knew what it was. Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's how
and
it's been every time they've released a strand since then. I mean,
I but
but it
but
doesn't even anymore.
that was about it. I
I
don't.
mean, I had it once, like a year and a half ago, I believe. But it felt I think it was must have been one of the mildest one anybody's ever got. I it's I did the test and it shows positive, but I don't feel anything more than a normal flu
Yeah,
symptom.
Hmm.
that was the
What did
second
you do?
one for me. It was my second experience with it, like the flu and a runny nose and shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think that was when it was got weak. The virus got weaker, I guess. But
I'm I'm glad it um, I'm glad it finally started dying off. And I kept
yeah,
trying to explain to everybody they were talking all crazy and shit. And I'm like, dude, they've had freaking epidemics like this since the beginning of freaking history. And the one thing
hmm
is, they always die off.
hmm
Like the virus will always freaking go away. You
did
Oh
know?
it?
my
You think
God.
that they die off, or our collective immune system got better at fighting it?
Well,
Maybe.
they mentioned that with the Black Plague. Okay, the Black Plague was a good example of these plagues. Like one of the worst plagues in history wasn't stopped by any man. It just stopped. You know what I mean? There was sanitation didn't end it. Freaking
Mhm.
medicine didn't end it. It just died. It killed itself because it ran out. Now, like with AIDS, all right, AIDS was supposedly started over in Africa, and then it
I didn't
spread
know
to
that.
Europe, and then it came across the sea to the United States. All right, now from the time that it freaking passed from uh, Africa to Europe and then
I have
over
a
to the United
patent for
States,
AIDS.
the virus had to mutate. So the virus that you get in Africa isn't the same as the virus that you get from Europe. And just like that virus and the African virus isn't the same as the one that you get in the United States because it has to mutate in order to survive.
It mutates once it's injected, and it has a patent. There's a patent in the United States for the AIDS virus as well as its short.
But usually they have a life expectancy and most plagues die out on their own naturally. But the sad part is a lot of people have to die when it comes to things like the Black Plague, you know.
Hamsters, test dummies. Same with us. That's all it was with COVID. I mean, I don't want to say that's all it was because that's not all it was. There's a lot more to it and some a lot more intricate process. But a lot of it had to do with testing, just like we were talking about cryptocurrency testing and seeing, as we are attempting to, um, yeah,
It's
take
all
over. But I mean, it's a new world order. I don't. I mean, I don't know really how
well,
to say
you know
that.
that one of the deadliest viruses in the world
It is.
is just like maybe 700 miles away from me, right in Wisconsin.
What is it?
I forgot the name of it, but there's a laboratory up in Wisconsin that holds one of the deadliest freaking viruses, man-created viruses. All right, and they say they're keeping it for freaking research purposes. So, I mean,
But it's so funny how much traction that COVID got, considering the actual numbers. I guess they're saying in a shorter period of time, this amount of people died of it, and that was why it was so much. Put like like it was so much in the scope, but in the same breath or the same regards too, it's strategic if I can keep you focused on a certain thing in order for you to believe a certain thing, and then if I tell you you're gonna die, you'll believe it. Like it's just I don't know. It's one of those big. It's
well,
one of those things you gotta know or you don't know.
I believe there was a scare. I do believe that. I believe they used the COVID epidemic
But I
to
love
achieve some of their goals, what they wanted done. You know, scare the population so that they could get vaccine laws implemented, and then after they get the vaccine laws implemented, they could freaking get, you know, people to take all this free
You have
money.
to take the vaccine in order to get certain jobs. But I mean, like these are all tests. How much
Flood
control
the
do we have?
economy, flood the economy with all that free money, so that freaking they can make it to where there's money shortages now, and all
We
of a
want to see
sudden,
this chicken is asleep. I love it. It's literally the survival of the fittest, and being the fittest has nothing to do with finances. Great,
well,
great.
think about it. All those stimulus checks. I mean, you think they're just going to hand those out and you're not going to have to pay them back?
Well, you paying your soul. Well, you're already doing that. But well, some of us are already doing that. Yeah, but they don't. The government, as far as money, it's like a big facade. Like
Like
the money is
all
least
this
of the
supposed
interest.
hard times we're having, right? You know why we're having that? It's because they were handing freaking money out to people. They were giving it to them.
Are you kidding me? The government has been in debt for
Yeah,
centuries. It has nothing to do with the couple $100 that they gave or
a
thousands of
couple
dollars.
hundred.
It has nothing to do with that. They went in debt with J.P. Morgan, and then they attempted to turn it back on, like,
Uh,
oh, straight espionage
the
stuff.
Federal Reserve can freaking print any amount of money that they want. Okay, like, but the only problem is the value of the dollar freaking isn't worth shit. Okay, I
That's
mean,
why we went up with the crypto.
you know,
Mana. I mean,
it's 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 pretty messed up that people can't put two and two together. Like, why they flooded the economy like that?
and
Why were
where
they
is the
were so
technology
eager?
comes
Why they were so eager to give all these people freaking money? And everybody, there wasn't nobody that said, "Oh, I ain't taking your money." Every single person opened their arms and said, "Oh yeah, free money." Yeah, that's just common sense. They're gonna take the money, but I mean,
kind of did that like back. I think it's like something where if you got the stimulus with the taxes, then you kind of end up paying back to an extent. But again, like I said, it's like interest. If they can say, hey, this is where the money went, it's basically the audit coming in and asking them, hey, we got to see the books, we got to see the numbers, and they don't have a way to show where this money went unless the money goes somewhere. And so when we were planning this pandemic, the money is here for this and that, and it actually just put them in more debt, which is why man, I am telling you, they want to separate from the Trinity. America is attempting to do its
I
own
was
thing.
I
They
was
trying to.
watching I was watching Ag Day this morning, okay, and now Ag Day is promoting freaking that farmers go and buy freaking USD insurance, okay. The
Hmm.
United States Department of Agriculture, they have an
Blow their
insurance
arms up.
policy now for farmers, and the reason why freaking they want them to do that is because of all these disasters supposedly that's happening. And I'm like, are you serious? So you're gonna freaking have farmers going out freaking getting government insurance, and because they got that government insurance, the United States gets to dictate to them what they grow and what they don't grow. So if they want you to grow genetically modified freaking corn, you're just gonna do what you're told
No,
because
they
if you
want you to
don't,
tear down your farm so they can
no, I
produce
mean
the genetic
the
modified.
government sends you the seed and you grow it. You don't have any say in it whatsoever. They send you the seed, you put it on your land, and that's it. And the reason why you do that is because you have insurance with them, or you owe them money.
But the insurance doesn't really come into play. That's your insurance. That's your insurance that, hey, when I come yap this up off of you, you can get paid for it. And if I yap it up off of you with a tornado, or I take it from you
Hmm.
with force, like you're not growing what I want, it doesn't work that way. You cannot get insurance because you're unwilling to grow
But they can
certain things.
refuse you. You see, they can refuse you that insurance so that the next time a tragedy happens, you're not going to be covered and you're going to lose everything because you didn't have that insurance because
They
you
would probably
didn't.
definitely guarantee something happens if you don't have the insurance too. But if you do have the insurance, then you'll get paid, and they feel like then I'll wash their hands.
You see what I mean?
Somebody called asking to buy the house that I stay in. I rent here. I can't dictate that you can you can have this house. Like, but they were just like, yeah, we're very interested in your property. Now, while we're here, you're gonna have to wait. We got stuff to do.
Yeah.
All right, folks, it's coming up to the 2 hour mark.
Yeah, no one joined.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's good because we had a good conversation with the three of us, and like I said,
Always, yeah.
last
Yep.
week might have just been a fluke. We got lucky.
Yeah, and you
High point.
left when everyone came. You should have stayed.
It was
Yeah, I
good.
know, no, but last week I had
Tan hit the
something
big
to
line
do.
when he saw the big
Mhm.
guys. He's like,
You would
"Girl,
have
that's
loved
my exit."
talking to John though. He was really good conversation and everything.
Mhm.
It was pretty good.
Mhm. That's cool. Yeah, we should pin that live stream onto your channel right at the top.
It's right up there. I think Sunday it'll be playing again. So
Yeah, cool.
it played just yesterday. I wanted that to be on the first day stream. So for the 24/7.
Mhm.
So next time it plays will be on Sunday.
Tomorrow is the interview, so I'll be here, but it's 1, so it's 2 my time. I got to make sure I adjust accordingly, but I'm sure I'll keep an eye on the chat because it's Saturday. I'm not really busy on Saturdays.
You're on Eastern time zone, Comer?
Yes.
Same as me.
Cool.
Where are you? You're in Canada, right? Yeah, that's what you just said. You're in Canada.
I'm in Toronto.
There's something else that I'd like to do. There's a show that comes on tonight, World News or something. You guys heard of this station? They're streaming tonight at 11 p.m. I kind of want to tune in for that because it looks like it'll be interesting. They advertise a lot. I don't know, maybe I'm just in the right channel, but it seems like I get the notification.
Where on Minds?
Yeah, WPRN or WRPN or something.
Okay. Oh, I see. WPIN, that guy that's
Yeah.
from Korea or something.
Yeah, I want to watch that.
Okay.
So I keep getting the reminder. So I feel like whenever I like something keeps popping up, it's attention. I'm supposed to see it. So I always pay attention to stuff I'm supposed to see.
Wow, you're a loyal Minds observer.
At least dedicated. At least I get a lot of information from here, and a lot of, like I said, this is not everywhere information. If Elon can get it pushed to Twitter, good. Then mine's but I don't know. Once I build my loyalty, I usually stay unless I have a reason to leave. But in regards, it's just stuff that I'm into already, and it kind of channels me to like with Roger. He'll talk to me about one subject, and the next thing you know, I have 46 open tabs about everything that I got to read up in regards, and I've opened new documentaries and stuff like that. Like it leads me down a rabbit hole further than I've already been, and I like it down here. It's cool, so I like
Yeah,
it.
like I mean, comparing Minds and Twitter in terms of technology, well, not so much content because there's not so many people on here as on Twitter. In terms of technology, I think it's way more superior than Twitter.
I don't
Minds
doubt it.
just doesn't have the marketing budget and the what do you call it, the user base
Yeah.
to push it more.
But see, that's good for me too because I get to see the content I'm looking for. Like it's more condensed. Whereas on Twitter, I'm not gonna find the stuff that I find on mine. That's why I'm always like, and then they have the little chat room, so I always know where to go. Like I join conspiracy, I join stuff based off of what I'm looking for because of my familiarity with the different type of things that go on within society and just within different cultures and stuff like that. And expanding my view on it is better than me just being built in what I know.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I wish Twitter was like that because there's
I
more
have
people.
nothing else to say. So whenever you guys are done, just
All
let
right,
me know.
let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up, guys. It's been a good session. Well, we've been
You guys
talking
whooped my
stuff for
ass.
2 hours, just the three of us. It's
Yeah, I know. It's good
amazing.
stuff too.
Yeah, it's really cool.
We never even
Okay.
mentioned the devil once. Not one
Nope.
time.
you just did it.
Now you
jinxed-
have. You
You
blew
jinxed
it.
it, man.
You blew it. You're supposed to say that in the chat.
Oh, we jinxed it. Now we gotta get off this. We gotta get off this live stream before it starts burning fire, hailfire.
Start glitching and
Yeah. Oh, so I can't hear you guys. You're fading out.
See you later.
Going through a time.
Anyway, it's good. Good to talk to you both, and see you next week.
You too.
See you guys later.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Have a good night. Be safe.